King Charles and the Pope pray together for the first time in 500 years. King Charles III visited the Vatican on October 23, 2025, joining Pope Leo XIV in prayer inside the Sistine Chapel, marking the first shared prayer between the heads of the Anglican and Catholic churches since England's split from Rome 5 centuries ago. The meeting is seen as a powerful symbol of renewed unity between the two faiths. Trump sparks new wave of crises, tensions rise with Venezuela, Russia, and Canada. U.S. President Donald Trump signaled possible military action against Venezuela, canceled a planned summit with Putin after new sanctions on Moscow, and threatened higher tariffs on Canada, a series of moves seen as evidence of growing volatility in his foreign policy. Pakistan and Afghanistan reach ceasefire deal in Doha talks. Mediated by Qatar, Turkey, and China, Pakistan and Afghanistan agreed to an immediate ceasefire following deadly border clashes. The accord includes halting military operations, forming a joint monitoring committee, and holding a follow-up peace meeting in Istanbul to pursue a lasting settlement. EU approves 16+ age limit for social media use. At a Brussels summit, EU leaders agreed to set a minimum age of 16 for social media access to protect children from cyberbullying and harmful content. Member states will adapt the law to their national systems, with implementation expected by December 2025. Saudi Arabia appoints Sheikh Salah Al Fawzan as new Grand Mufti. King Salman bin Abdulaziz issued a royal decree appointing Sheikh Salah Al Fawzan as the kingdom's new Grand Mufti. Al Fawzan will also head the Council of Senior Scholars and the Fatwa Authority, succeeding Sheikh Abdulaziz Al Sheikh, who served in the position from 1999 until his passing in September. Erdogan strengthens Gulf ties with Kuwait, Qatar, and Oman. During his tour from October 21 to 23, 2025, President Recep Tayyip Erdogan signed 16 agreements covering trade, energy, investment, and education. The visits underscored Turkey's growing influence in the Gulf and reaffirmed support for the Palestinian cause. Drone strikes hit Khartoum airport as Sudan clashes intensify. Sudan's Rapid Support Forces launched drone attacks targeting the international airport and nearby military zones in Khartoum. Most drones were intercepted by air defenses, but the assaults highlight escalating violence as authorities move ahead with plans to gradually reopen the airport despite ongoing security threats. Germany and Iceland sign defense pact against Russian threats. Germany and Iceland have signed a new military cooperation agreement to bolster joint defense amid concerns over potential Russian aggression. The deal includes establishing a German naval base in northern Iceland to support NATO operations and deploying P-8 Poseidon surveillance aircraft, marking a strategic boost for both nations' security. Clashes erupt in Idlib between Syrian forces and foreign fighters. Heavy fighting broke out in Idlib between Syrian security forces and foreign militants led by French national Omar Amsen. The clashes began after the abduction of a French girl and escalated as Amsen's group reportedly recruited child soldiers and used civilians as human shields. Israel's parliament advances bill to annex occupied West Bank. Israel's parliament has voted to give preliminary approval to a bill to impose Israeli sovereignty on the occupied West Bank, in a move tantamount to annexation of the Palestinian territory, which would be a blatant violation of international law.